Hello, everybody. It is 1:38 p.m. Central Time on Monday, October 30th, 2017. And I've got some breaking news for everyone. Please hold on to your seats. Get ready for this, guys. We're going to go turn on a display capture. Peru just got hit with a noteworthy sized earthquake, and I need to show you something. People in chat are already reporting it, but this is phenomenal. We're over here on the EMSC page, and check this out, EMSC page. And there's several things going on right now. First of all, a felt earthquake was just reported in Guatemala no more than a few seconds ago. But I'm concerned with what's showing up here in Peru. Check this out. The Russians are reporting an 8.4 off the coast of Peru. Now, this is, again, lower than what the USGS and EMSC are officially reporting. Geophone Potsdam has it at a 5.4. National Earthquake Information Center out of US has it at 5.7. Russians have it at 8.4. So what I want to do is just go ahead and get the coordinates. Now, they're pretty much all using the same coordinates except for the Russians. So the Russians have a different set of coordinates. We're going to go look them both up. First, we're going to go look up the 8.4 to see where that's reported. Then we're going to go look up the USGS coordinates. So this is just a big deal for me, guys. We were issued a warning for a 7.7 to 8.7 earthquake to be striking in the Pacific, and this would be directly across from the location where we were talking about. So let's just show you the 8.4 supposed location out here in the rainforests right on the equator. So just south of the equator, actually, in northern Peru. And that is the location, okay? So it totally could strike there, and people might not report it. But look where it is parallel-wise to where our deep earthquake struck over here in the West Pacific. So if we just go literally following it over to the east, we go to the east-southeast. I'm going to have to say that's parallel east-southeast. So it's just, I mean, we have to go across the fracture zone. It's kind of hard to do here on Google Earth. We could do it here with our latitude and longitude. So bringing it over here, here's where our deep earthquake struck. There's our deep 6.7. See where it is? Okay, so latitude, longitude. Now we'll follow it over, and here's where our Peru earthquake is, guys. So I'm going to have to say that is directly on this, almost the same latitude, halfway across the planet, on the opposite side almost the antipode from the deep earthquake. So that's the Russians reporting that. Now let's go look up the location reported by the USGS. We'll get the coordinates from the NEIC, the National Earthquake Information Center, and put them in to see where they're saying the earthquake is, and it was much smaller. Oh, well, almost the same location, almost. And it's slightly different, but okay, so that's where the USGS says the earthquake is. And I'm going to have to say, they're both, look, the Russians have it reported almost exactly, almost exactly the same latitude. And then we get, again, the USGS on a slightly different latitude down to the south just a little bit. What can I say? We issued a warning for an 8.0 earthquake. An 8.0 earthquake's detected by the Russians. And all of a sudden, it's, what? 3 magnitudes downgrade? That's 1,000 times less power that they're showing here. So either Russians are 1,000 times inflating it, or USGS is 1,000 times deflating it. And if you ask me which would I believe, which do I believe would be accurate, I'd believe the Russians over the USGS any day of the week. Any day of the week. Even on earthquakes in our own neighborhood, even on earthquakes in the USGS, I would believe the Russians over the U.S. And that's not because I'm a Russian agent working for Vladimir Putin on YouTube, as the Clintons said last year, that all the people on YouTube are working for Putin. Well, let me tell you what. Здравствуйте, как вы позовите? This is Special Agent Dutch Synth signing off. In all seriousness now, though, what can I say? Look, guys, an earthquake, a noteworthy sized earthquake, whether or not you want to go with it being in 8.4, A new upper 5 to 6.0 earthquake just struck right next to Sabancaya volcano, which fulfills the forecast. We talked about watching next to each volcano today for new 5.0 activity to start to develop. And lo and behold, here we are, sandwiched right in between Sabancaya volcano here in South Peru, and we are sandwiched in between Reventador volcano up here to the north, up in Ecuador. So we're right in between the two, and all of a sudden we get a near 6. Russians say it's an 8. We're looking for an 8. There's another mistake that confirms what we're looking for, and it's on the same latitude, equal to where the deep earthquake is, on the other side of the planet. Oh yeah, just a coincidence, Dutch, right? Right? Just another mistake, Dutch. I can hear it now. All the deniers and naysayers. Oh, it's just another mistake. He just got lucky. Okay. Send me your lotto tickets, guys. Send me those scratch-offs. We'll go ahead and prove whether or not I'm lucky. As all that's going on, let's just quickly talk about something else over here in Europe, guys. Bosnia just got hit right at the Albania border, and a new mid-range 3 has popped up in the Aegean Sea. So 3s and activity spreading out across Europe. That is new. That is a change. And in the United States, as I told you last night, in my 10 p.m. update, I was going to be targeting my earthquake weapon on Virginia. And lo and behold, right here at the Kentucky-Virginia border, we said we were going to keep the earthquake weapon targeted at about a 3, and there it is. A 2.7 struck this morning, and a 3.0 struck in the Midwest. That fulfills the forecast for the Midwest and the East Coast on day 1 of the forecast. Now, I was joking last night when I said I was going to be targeting the earthquake weapon up the USGS's posterior, but in all reality, we were issuing the warning. We said you wouldn't be able to ignore this earthquake striking by Virginia, and here it is. I mean, it's right next to the border. We try to get it down to 200 miles. This is like 30 miles. Okay, so there we go. I mean, that is a significant hit for us. And please have an earthquake plan ready and be prepared. Now, again, I'm joking about the earthquake weapon. However, the reason a 2.7 struck there is because there was a series of earthquakes that struck a day and a half ago, also 2.7, over to the west. So Texas got hit, Oklahoma got hit, then Oklahoma got hit again with a 3.1 today, and a 2.7 struck today over to the east. Have a plan, be prepared just in case. We are looking now, look, I don't know what to say. An earthquake 8.4 has been reported on the opposite side of the planet out in the rainforest by the Russians, and we're looking for a 7.7 to 8.7 earthquake to strike as a result of the deep earthquake to see it pop up on the antipode. I mean, well, it's not the exact antipode, but I mean, to see it pop up on the opposite side of the plate, on the same latitude roughly, I mean, that's just too big of a coincidence, quote-unquote coincidence, to overlook. You can't overlook a coincidence like that. Of all the latitude on the planet, for it to fall on the same relative latitude within the same week? Come on. Now, this is day 5 or day 6 of the 10-day watch. Day 5 to day 6, and you get something like that popping up? Come on. When was the last time a mystery 8.4 earthquake was reported? Come on. No, I mean, seriously, it's been... I don't recall the last time a mystery 8.4 would be reported. That's how many there have been. Hardly any. None. Okay, so word up. Much love. I'm going to save this as a video on my YouTube channel as well. People need to see it. Whether or not you believe it's a mistake or you believe it's real, I don't care. There's the earthquake. There's the large earthquake. And if you believe it's a mistake, how many mistakes is that this year? This is 28 mistakes where we issued a forecast for a direct earthquake within that magnitude, and this time it's gone up to 8.4. 28 times this year. I went back and counted 28 different times. I issued 5.0, 4 to 5.0 and greater earthquake warnings. And they strike in the rare areas where we're issuing the warning. And the USGS says it's a mistake. I'm surprised they're not going to say this one in Virginia is a mistake. But then again, they know we would razz them to death. And we would never let them get past with that. Never. Even if they changed this to say it was a test, I wouldn't believe it. Because we issued a warning for it, there it is, and it's popping up within the day of issuing the warning. All I can say is that I feel like, and I can't prove this, but I really do feel it almost, that there is, a conspiracy now of people that are trying to hide earthquakes that are striking in warned areas, which means that they're actively watching the forecast and then tailoring the information to fit that. That's amazing. But they sent their biggest names in the industry to come over and try and stop us. I mean, you don't send the American Geophysical Medal winner over and give him the thumbs up to come over and try and stop me. Issue press releases to the CBS News and mainstream media about what I'm doing, calling me out by name, the guy doing it, calling me out by name, Michael Yuri Janich Dutch senses, according to Professor so-and-so from the USGS, PNSN, whatever. All I can say is that alone is suspicious. That alone, right there. YouTubers don't get responses like that unless what you're talking about is legit or they are threatened by what you're doing, or both. And here we are. All I can say, Peru, it's anywhere between a 5.7 and an 8.4. And the fact that an 8.4 showed up on the list is just phenomenal. I just can't believe it. When people in the chat told me, I said, what? I actually didn't believe it. I had to go look at it for myself. This was one of the first times that I did not believe even the own people in my own chat room. I was like, no, they're just messing around with me. No way they're going to be doing that. No way. And then there it is. You see it on the screen. It's scrolling by on the right-hand side in the EMSC feeds that I keep going all day long, so you can see all the earthquakes put up for study. These earthquakes that are scrolling by in the upper right-hand corner next to the pumpkins, those earthquakes are up for study for seismologists. You can click on each one and read the information and see the reporting agency and how many stations and so forth. So when I see a green lit up 8.4 earthquake scrolling by on the screen, let's wait for it here. It's not every day you get to see this, guys. I'm serious. And the Russians. Ochin Herosha to my Russian viewers. Very good. Okay, there it is. Look at it. 8.4, northern Peru. Word up, much love. I'll be back if anything else goes down. Peace out.